Carmelo Anthony.
This is a guy who looks possessed out there while he's playing.
I'd vote him MVP right now. Melo! Oh, wow!
He looks as good as he did the Syracuse days when they won that championship in that 1 year. He looks in terrific shape.
Right off the bat, game, everything, playing at another level. What do you attribute that to?
I had an off season to myself. It's the first season, or first off season, that I was able to just really focus on myself, work out on my own, do what I wanted to do, rather than coming off a season, then having to get right into another season, which is, USA basketball. Then coming off that season, having to get right into the regular season of, Denver Nugget basketball. That's tough, but you don't realize that when you 18, 19 years old. It took me to get old and, start getting into my own body.
Was any of it the fact that you guys went deep into the playoffs for the first time and you just sort of realized that, hey, man, business is business. It's time to take everything up a notch?
He's always been a great scorer. He's now becoming a complete player.
I think that had a big part to do with it. Just, taking that momentum from last season in the playoffs to the regular season. And that was a big goal of mine, to keep it going. Coming to training camp in shape, almost in mid-season shape.
That looked so easy for Anthony, and it wasn't.
You had a long conversation with Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Was this in his past off season?
I
know you've had conversations.
Yeah, we had multiple conversations.
But you had one that was pretty pointed.
I think this one, in this off season, really was the one that really made me realize, okay, I am somebody. Like, I can go out there and win a championship. You know how Mike is.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
He told me what he see on the outside looking in. He told me what he think I should do. I gave him my insight. I gave him my feedback. And we just talked it out for a couple hours, man. And really, just took me over the top.
Carmelo Anthony is committed to the cause.
As long as I've known you, I hear people talking about Kobe, LeBron, Dwayne. But when I look at you, I always, Carmelo's about Carmelo. He's not really concerned about what they're doing. He's about doing what he does.
I can't worry about what them other guys are doing. Do I think I'm one of the top 5 players in this NBA? Yeah, and I think everybody else should think that too. And I done proven that. The only thing I haven't done was win a championship.
It seems now that you got a team now that you're confident in and saying, hey, these are my guys. We're going to win a championship. You're going to have to beat us. It seems that you guys are making that statement now, as opposed to, well, I'm not quite sure. We might make the playoffs. Or we get knocked out in the first round. Now you guys are legitimate contenders. Yeah, and they're your guys.
Yeah, I think, it started with them guys just coming to me saying, look, Melo, lead us. Like, this is your team. My first year, second year, third year, we had to struggle to make the 8th spot, 7th spot. We didn't know if we were going to make the playoffs or not. And now, like you said, we're solid. We're a contender, not only in the West, but in the whole NBA. So I like that.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, as you look at it, because the playoffs are like who's got next.
Right.
Now you guys are like, we got next.
Right, yeah.
And we may hold the court.
Yeah, we got now. We don't care who got next, man.
George Karl says that your playoff performance defines you as being the man. And it's the reason why you win playoff series. There are only a few people who can do that year in, year out. That's kind of a nice thing to say.
Yeah, coming from George, too.
Coming from George, because George's not quick to compliment people.
Right,
right,
exactly.
So coming from George, who also doesn't compliment people very easy? Is Michael.
No, he don't.
He can look at a Picasso and go, yeah, it's not bad. So if you ever get a compliment from him,
right,
he really means it.
Exactly, and that's the same way I feel about George.
Last year, LeBron James said you had Barry Manilow on your iPod. Is that true?
LeBron James said a lot of things.
Just
man.
making up the top of his head?
Yeah, he come up with a lot of things.
But
man.
You did dodge my question. Do you have Barry Manilow on your iPod?
One of my iPods. I don't know. It's one of I got a lot of songs on there, and it might come on here.
Barry Manilow won a Grammy, didn't he? I'm sure. I mean, he might have one kind of hip song.
Oh, of course.
The Copa, though, I can't handle that one.
Nah, but he got, I might have him in there.
There's a lot of talk that players have. They talk about giving back. Some talk the talk, but you walk the walk because you were really, This is my phone, and this is my Oregon Duck. It's my wife calling, and let me just see. Hello, darling? I'm talking to Carmelo right now, and I'm going to have to call you back in a little while, okay? Okay. All right, bye. I love you too. All right. Giving back. At Syracuse.
Yeah, the
what was
practice
that about?
facility. When I was at Syracuse, we had to split practice time. At Manley Fieldhouse with the track team, with the volleyball team, and some days we didn't even practice. Due to splitting time. So I had an opportunity to put my name on a building and a practice facility just for the men's and women's basketball program. And I took the opportunity and ran with it, man. That's something that's going to be here when I'm dead and gone, and that's still going to be standing.
Tell me about Crossover Entertainment.
Crossover Entertainment is an entertainment company. First, I started, a production company, film company. We were dabbling with a couple of documentaries. I was involved with a documentary about a South African school, Ittertain, over there in South Africa. It's an all-girls school. Oprah got involved with it. She took over, and then they threw me out the loop. And then, my newest documentary was the Tyson documentary.
Which was wonderful.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And I know Mike Tyson personally, but to watch that was just riveting. Absolutely riveting.
Yeah, it was great doing that, dealing with director James Toback. We came together and, hopefully we can get an Oscar or at least a nominee or something.
Right. Is this something you always wanted to do?
Yeah, film is something I always wanted to do. Film is something I always wanted to be a part of. Right now we're working. I got a slate of, full-length projects, movie projects that I'm working on right now. And, like you said, man, right now everything is clicking for me.
But these film projects and all those things come right up underneath that winning the NBA championship.
Oh yeah, they don't have it. That's not even in the same boat. A championship is the top of the list.